How long can a team stay viable? This is a question I've been asking myself a lot with Regulation H coming back around for competitive play. This team was designed in a time where the format was in its early stages, in a version of Regulation H before Incineroar was the dominant threat that it later became in the format. I ran this team at a couple of regionals to varying success. But for anyone uninformed, Regulation H was the format that allowed all Pokemon available within Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, and its DLC to be played at events except for legendary Pokemon and the Paradox Pokemon. This was an obvious step down in power from the format before it, very similar to the step down in power that is occurring now as we're stepping back into Regulation H after Regulation I. At the same time, the on-cart ladder is swapping to Regulation J, which is a format that allows all legendaries and two of either the box legendaries or a mythical Pokemon. I don't plan on covering this format very much on this channel, but if you would like to see me cover it, let me know. It might not be something I'm interested in, but I am more than happy to play it if other people are interested. But let's start breaking down the team. This format was the first time that many of us really tried some of the less immediately impressive Pokemon from the Hisui region. And that leads me into the first Pokemon on this team, Sneasler. Sneasler is a fast and frail poison and fighting type with a very diverse move pool, ranging from plenty of great offensive moves to really great supportive moves like coaching. Because with the Unburden ability to double its speed stat, Sneasler is able to outspeed so much and just put on constant pressure, and just able to punish passive plays with, again, coaching. I ran a bulkier Sneasler than most people did at the time, which helped me to have a lot of success with it overall. My move choices were fairly standard. They were Protect, Dire Claw, Close Combat, and Coaching. And honestly, even though the moves are basic, it's probably the best that it had it. Well, still has. I ran the Grassy Seed item just to use the fact of Unburden is whenever Grassy Terrain gets set up, Sneasler will consume the seed and will get a defense boost and then get the double speed. I ran Terra Ghost because of Fake Out. Because of just how fast and frail Sneasler is, it was really threatened by Fake Out pressure. The next member of the team was something that came in later renditions of the team as time went on. My matchup in the Psy Spam was not ideal, so I ended up having to add Rillaboom onto the team. With its Grassy Surge ability to override the terrain that was pretty common at the time, and it allowed me to pair it well with Sneasler with the Grassy Seed. My Rillaboom was slightly unconventional, where I was running the Meadow Plate over the more common Assault Vest, because I was abusing the 20% damage boost along with Terra Grass and Grassy Terrain to be able to pick up some really impressive kills with stuff like Woodhammer onto Dondozo after it got some boosts, and if I'm recalling correctly, pick up the one-hit KO on Annihilate. Even without the Assault Vest, I originally tried to run Grassy Glide, Fake Out, Woodhammer, and U-Turn, but without the Assault Vest, Rillaboom just tended to take too much damage, so I ran Protect on it instead of U-Turn. I was really struggling with Psy Spam. Even with Rillaboom, I did not have a Pokemon that was just immediately immune to the Psy Spam teams. So to help remedy that matchup, I added Kingambit, and this was probably the most straightforward and standard Pokemon I ran on the team. I ran Kowtow Cleave, Sucker Punch, Protect, and Swords Dance. I had the Defiant ability to just give it a +2 in its attack stat if it had any of its stats dropped. Notably at this time, it was from Intimidate, and that is still the case. For the Terra, I ran Terra Fairy to allow it to resist fighting type attacks, and to just allow it to use its respectable bulk since so many types hit Fairy for neutral. But with the fact that I was running Terra Fairy over Dark, I needed something to increase the damage it was doing. So my Kingambit held the black glasses to give it an extra 20% to its Dark type attacks. The team, so far, as you saw, had a lot of physical attackers. So I needed a special attacker to kind of help balance out the offense. And what Pokemon is a better special attacker than Volcarona? Over the years, I've had a lot of experience with this Pokemon. And with the introduction of Terra, Volcarona has just skyrocketed. It's became one of the strongest Pokemon in these lower powered formats, like Regulation H. The set is fairly standard, but my EV choices are a little odd. It's a lot of defense and a very specific speed stat, so after it gets boosted, it can outspeed a lot of relevant threats in the format. The moves I ran on it were, of course, Quiver Dance, Protect, Heat Wave, and Bug Buzz. It just allows you to hit a lot of Pokemon for neutral damage, and very few things resist both. I ran the Dragon Terra just to make the Fire Water Grass Cord resistant into it, and to just abuse the fact Dragon type has a lot of resistances. I ran the Citrus Berry to recover a quarter of HP when I hit half, and the Flame Body for a chance to burn anything that makes physical contact. With all of the setup available on the team between Volcarona and Kingambit, I really wanted something to help redirect and support the team. I went back and forth for a while between Clefable and Clefairy, but I did finally decide on Clefable due to its Unaware ability, to help me be able to boost my Pokemon in front of Pokemon that were already boosted, because of Unaware letting it ignore the boost of my opponent. The moves I used were Follow Me, Helping Hand, Life Dew, and Moonblast. I found this set to be really impactful. Just the ability to redirect attacks from my Pokemon, boost their damage or heal them, but still having a damaging move for if I got taunted. I decided on Leftovers just because of how long Clefable was staying on the field. Between Life Dew and Leftovers, Clefable proved to be really difficult to remove. I ran Terra Grass to make it resist the common attacks from Dondozo, and to allow it to redirect Spore from Amoonguss fairly safely. And the last member of the team, and the one that let me down the most, was Basculegion Male. I thought it was really good, but I found myself just not bringing it enough. And whenever I did, it felt like it was a dead slot at times. Its moves were Wave Crash, Last Respects, Flip Turn, and Psychic Fames. It was Terra Water to increase the damage to its utmost potential, and Adaptability to boost it even more. The saving grace was the Choice Scarf. It allowed it to pick up some really helpful KOs with the speed boost it was getting, but it still just suffered from it missed a lot of KOs, and it was just too easy for my opponent to exploit. But all of this being said, now that we know about the team, let's hop into some games and see how it goes. Alright, so we're going to hop into some games. I've not played this team in over a year. I really don't know how it's going to go, and I'm really excited to see if it can still hold up after all this time. Alright, so we're just going to hop into the first game. Alright, and right off the... Oh, and I did get this account to the 1400s, just so we would have some decent opponents. So right off the bat, we have Arcanine, Minchow, Hisuian Goodra, Comfey Rillaboom, and Galarian Slowking. I really hate to see this, because we have a lot of physical attackers, and we can't really punish the Goodra setting up and going for Body Press. So I think we're just going to lead Sneasler and Rillaboom. And in the back, I really like Volcarona. And we're going to take Clefable. Alright. So with our Sneasler, Rillaboom into Arcanine, Minchow. This is not real great for us. So, right off the bat, there was a lot of fake out pressure from both sides, but they're faster than us. So I am just going to go for the Terra Ghost and close combat in the... Actually, I don't have a need to. I should just go for the double protect. Yeah, that baits out Arcanine's Protect, and Min Xiao coachings it. Ooh, that's not real good. Alright, so now we just double Arcanine. We're going to actually close combat it, and I think in combination with the Terra Glass Grassy Glide, we'll their Terra Grass. So that's awkward. So I actually just protect and I Wood Hammer into the Min Xiao slot. Okay, so now that just drops the Combat. So now it's they have their own Rillaboom. So that's not really good for us. How much did our Grassy Glide do? Dealt 24. Okay. I'm actually just gonna swap Clefable and protect. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense off what my opponent was having to do. So now I can just pretty freely follow me. And I think at this range a Wood Hammer will drop Arcanine. Oh, no. Rillaboom just dies. Not very good. Okay. We follow me, and I just go for the Dire Claw. I try. Okay. I just Life Dew and I protect. This is turning into a pretty long game. Okay, Extreme Speed, fairly standard. The coaching, I heal Sneasler with Life Dew, so now I can follow me and try to go for the... At this point, I just follow me and I go for the Dire Claw. I just try to get a status on Arcanine. Yeah. Not... I just lose to this and there's not much I can do. Yeah, I'm just slower than it, so that's the game. Okay, game 2. Okay. This is Porygon 2, Ursaluna Blood Moon, Gholdengo, Aquatauros, Dragonite, and Ribombee. Ribombee's kind of weird. So it's probably going to be Shield Dust Ribombee, which I really don't care about. Into this, I'm just going to run... I don't really want Sneasler, so I'm gonna lead Ribombee, Volcarona, and I'm gonna bring Kingambit, and I want Basculegion. Okay. Ribombee Ursaluna, so I can just fake out the Ursaluna slot and go for a Quiver Dance. They're Terra Ghost, Fake Tears, and they kill me. Okay. Amazing. So that's not really good. But luckily, I can actually just go for the Terra Grass Wood Hammer here and Swords Dance, because I think they'll protect. They have Vacuum Wave. They double up, get the special attack drop, so I get the boost. It dies. Alright, so we're ×3 attack. So it kind of puts them in an odd spot where now they gotta play the Sucker Punch mind games. Because nothing they have here will live a Sucker Punch besides maybe Aqua Tauros, but it'll die to a Grassy Glide. Rabombi Lever. Okay, so it's Dragonite. So they can Extreme Speed me, which is not good at all. But I can actually just Wood Hammer the Rabombi and just go for a Protect, because I think they're going to try to Extreme Speed. Moonblast. Oh, okay. So now they go for the Extreme Speed play. What do I lock into? 195. I think I just gotta try to play the mind game out. Okay, I got the Rabombi. So it is Aqua Tauros, so I'm boosted to all belief. My issue is it's going to be kind of awkward to get the D-Knight now. So I think I just got to go for the double up on Dragonite. Ooh, they had priority over me. Not ideal. So I lose this game as well. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Game 3. Into Rain, which is possibly the worst matchup for this team. So we're just going to lead Sneasler Rillaboom, because it threatens the most stuff neutrally. Volcarona's a dead slot. Basculegion's crazy. And I want the Fable just for Archaladon if it gets set up on me. Which at this point, probably will. Alright, so is there Basculegion Rillaboom? So I'm actually just going to double protect, because it's going to be flip turn or U-turn to set up the Rain. Fairly defensive play. Oh, they just hard swapped Arch. And Rillaboom fakes out Sneasler. Okay. So with that, now I can just close combat Archaladon. And I will... Last one's going to be Pelipper. I actually think the double up between close combat and then Wood Hammer will knock out Archaladon. It lived. Oh, Grassy Seed. Okay, so now I have Dire Claw. Now I can Grassy Glide their Archaladon and Dire Claw it. No, I should actually Dire Claw and protect my Rillaboom. Try to preserve it for if they go back into Basculegion. Man, if I could get a status condition, that would be crazy. But not that lucky. So we're gonna Dire Claw. Yeah, this is just not going real well. And the worst part was this team was actually pretty good back whenever I originally made it. But it's fallen so far from grace that I really don't know what would help it at this point. Yeah, Bullet Seed. Yeah, and then I died with Bullet Seed. Yikes. dropped almost 100 elo so far by playing it. Alright, this is going to be the last game. I knew the team was going to be bad, but this is truly something. Alright, so it's Talonflame Sneasler with Indeedee Male. So it's going to be a fairly fast offensive team, where they're just going to set up Tailwind and then spam Expanding Force, Hyper Voice, and general annoyances. So I'm going to try the Volcarona Clefable into this. And in the back, I want to bring Kingambit for if this Ice Spam starts getting out of hand, and Basculegion. They lead Talonflame Blood Moon, so I just lead Volcarona Clefable. So I'm just going to go for a Quiver Dance and a Follow Me. Try to get to Volcarona online as quick as possible. I really don't know what the correct play is. I expect them to just go for a Brave Bird, or they could go for, it's probably actually Tailwind and then Paranormal Hyper Voice. Oh, Blood Moon. That just drops Clefable. At least I get a Quiver Dance up. Now my issue is I swapped Basculegion in. I have to Terra, and I just go for the Heat Wave to just break Talonflame Scalewings. And I'm just going to flip turn on the Ursaluna. Oh, they Flare Blitz. It does a lot. The flip turn does 33. I swap in Kingambit, and maybe Heat Wave kills? Heat Wave does kill the Ursaluna. We're not out yet. So now they have Sneasler. Okay. So I think I actually just go for the Heat Wave, and I try to do like a bait and switch. I just actually that's a lie. I double protect. I want to know who they're prioritizing, because I do have Basculegion in the back, which is fairly safe. Sneasler protects. Okay, that's good for me. Talonflame cares about Kingambit more. I'm not really fond of that, because that won't really let me swap easily. So I think I just have to Heat Wave and just Sucker Punch the Sneasler slot to break a Sash if it is Sash Sneasler. I could see it, the play just being close combat in the Kingambit and just Flare Blitz or Brave Bird again in the Volcarona. Okay, so burn, close combat, just kills Volcarona. But I do get the burn. Okay. 195. Basculegion with Scarf is also 195, so it's a speed tie. So I last respects to take out the Talonflame, and I think I actually just tried to agree to Swords Dance. Okay, so that takes out the Talonflame, and I do get the Swords Dance off because they went for the Protect. Ooh, this is going to be Scarf Indeedee. So I actually have to double up the Sneasler slot, because I do not think Indeedee is going to run anything beyond Psychic type attacks. So now I can fairly safely close out this game, I believe. Yep. Woo! We get one win in the video. What a way to end it off. We had 3 of the worst games I've ever had in my life. and then one decent one in the end. This team was made for a very different version of the Regulation H format. The team is not bad by any means, but it really struggles into the hard Trick Room teams, and it can't really do much into the Ursaluna forms. But hey, if you want to try the team out for yourself, feel free. Both the Pokepaste and the rental code will be in the description. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.